This is Resident Evil 2 Remake. We're here on PlayStation 5 Pro. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. You've got two perspectives. Got good old Kennedy. Got a good old Claire. They're actually technically in universe, even old at this point. That's how much time has gone by. But yeah, you kind of pick your campaign, your perspective, the two trying to survive and deal with the outbreak at Racoon City. It starts off easy. It starts off mysterious. You don't know what's happening, and then everything starts to go wrong.
I'll be back for you.
Anyways, it's an incredibly impressive and technically detailed game. And here on the PlayStation 5 Pro, due to the fact that this game was, I guess you would say, very future-proofed, we're actually getting some very, very good benefits here. Well, he had it until we messed up. He's biting his neck! Well, that's kind of messed up.
Freeze! I'll shoot.
So technically, there's a few different visual options when it comes to Resident Evil 2 Remake. And we can actually get the benefit of the technology here a lot more effectively on the PlayStation 5 Pro, which I think is fantastic. It just makes every detail, every asset come alive like it never did before. It's actually incredible what they were able to achieve here with this. I mean, look at this pizza. Wow. No, seriously. Okay, so we're playing on the ray traced mode. So if you go to options, you go down to graphics, you'll see that everything is blocked out because you actually have to go to the main menu to apply stuff, which is a pain, I know, but that's just how it goes. So we have the ray tracing on. So this is a 4K dynamic at 60 FPS. And if you had played this prior, you probably would have noticed that like this mode didn't really run the best. And now we're getting the benefit of this actually running smoothly. Or in general, just running a lot smoother. So dynamic 4K, 60 FPS with ray tracing. And the ray tracing is selective reflections, which is a little disappointing because it would have been cool to have like everything reflecting. Ugh. And some element of global illumination as well. So basically, the lighting in this looks a lot better. The realism of some of the reflections is great. Claire!
Don't shoot! Get down!
Nice shot. Took me like 3 shots to shoot that other guy in the head, but whatever. So this mode is actually very playable now.
Yeah, I think so.
I would actually say this is probably the mode to play this game at, or with. Like, it's actually kind of impressive. It's relatively smooth. You might notice some dips maybe, but yeah, it really does look fantastic. It's very realistic. It's very detailed. And yeah, it's very easy to recommend this too. HDR support as well, across whatever mode you go for. We're just kind of getting through this scene here, and then we're gonna... Racoon City, home of Umbrella. Just gonna skip ahead. It's doing its opening thing. Skip. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. The city's falling apart. People are dying. Nationwide outbreak. Everybody's sad. Bunch of zombies. We're gonna back out. Actually, I think it's... Yeah, it saves anyways. It'll be fine. Even then, we can just skip all these cinematics. So then we go to the main menu. We come back. And here we can go to options, again, graphics, turn off the ray tracing, and then we're going to turn on the high frame rate mode. So I really, like, I guess, the thing is like, there is technically 3 modes, right? You can have ray tracing off, and then you can have high frame rate mode off. So it's kind of like, if you don't have the 120 hertz display, I don't really see why you would, like, turn the ray tracing mode off in this version, if that makes sense. Like, if you had a base PlayStation 5, it would have made sense to kind of, you know, turn that off and just do 4K 60. Now that we have so much overhead here, unless you literally, like, if you don't have a TV that supports the high frame rate, just do the ray tracing 4K,
It's everybody.
60, right? That's totally fine. But here on the Pro, even with the 120, dynamic 4K, it's actually really giving me an incredibly smooth, I would say like 120 FPS, maybe some dips here or there, but like it is actually incredibly fluid, incredibly smooth. It looks fantastic. It's not as, special, like lighting effects wise in regards to, lacking that ray tracing, right? But this is genuinely a good way to play and experience this game. I mean, high fluidity is a lot of fun. I think it makes the game look really good. I mean, in theory, like I said, like with the way this engine kind of works, like this game is really, really good. In theory, knocking off the 120 and just going for regular 4K without the high frame rate on could give you potentially a little clearer of an image because of the dynamic scaling, but like honestly, my recommendation, I would say, going for the, ray trace mode, I think is a good way to kind of go about it. But you do you, of course, for your options. I also think playing at a high frame rate is kind of a really cool thing that you can do here. It just sort of takes away some of the extra special effects, and it's cool that this mode exists. Really, it genuinely is cool. It's nice to have a high level of fluidity in a game like this. It's cool to see more single-player type games embracing this sort of thing. It just also is kind of funny because I'm like, sitting here being like, oh, the extra ray tracing effects and stuff like that, because it kind of gives you a little bit of everything, right? You get the resolution, you get the fluidity stuff. Well, it's quite nice. These games, genuinely visually, like, technically groundbreaking, and just really, really impressive games. Keep out. Uh-oh. I wonder what's going to be on down here. And obviously, YouTube still doesn't support the high frame rate, so it is a little bit of like, I guess to a degree, taking my word on things, but no, seriously, it's very, very fluid. I think you'll really like... I love how you come under here, and it's like, oh, there's nothing here, and then all of a sudden there's problems. No, I think you will really like what this has to offer, and I think this is a very good way to play this game. So, outside of the technical elements, since we've more than enough talked about those, this is a game that is a horror title. It's supposed to be spooky, there's puzzle solving, there are surprises in the environment as you explore, solve puzzles, unlock new areas within some of the spaces you've been in. You'll find hidden things, gather limited levels of resources, and try to survive against a growing, kind of outbreak of zombies that are everywhere. And it's really, really intriguing to see that kind of get developed here in this earlier kind of entry because, obviously the viruses have mutated and you get crazier things in later games, and this one feels almost kind of tame, I guess you would say, in that regard. It is interesting. It's a lot more, again, puzzle, environmental driven, as opposed to some of the later Resident Evils where it's a little bit more action driven, and then of course it kind of comes back around if you've played some of the later ones, and it's a whole thing, right? Like the series of Resident Evil is just changed so many so many times over the years. Get him out of there. And it is kind of spooky and atmospheric, and I think it's pretty well developed and designed. I like the characters. You get the different perspectives, like I mentioned. On one hand, you can play the Kennedy campaign, and then Claire's campaign, which is similar but definitely different, kind of plays on things well. And it is basically, it is a remake, right? So if you played the game back in the day, I think you'll be like, wow, this has changed so much, but it's still that game. It's just graphically incredible, and yeah, they've done some amazing stuff with this one. They really genuinely have compiled what is a great experience. Oh, and the whole thing is retained here. You know what I mean? Like, you do get the full game and experience. It's all like kind of like fuzzy looking, some of the water stuff. Why the And you're supposed to conserve ammo too. That's why I'm trying not to like waste too many bullets if I can help it, because it's dangerous. This Resident Evil engine is really, really quite something. Oh yeah, I never really got the thing. I still gotta slide under stuff. Uh-oh. These zombies, they move so quickly. See, he was able to help you out, but you weren't able to help the other guy out? For shame, man. For shame.
Thanks.
Thanks, bro.
Marvin Browner.
I don't need to know your name. You're gonna die soon.
Another last try.
No, but it is a really mighty game. It's a well-done experience.
Yeah.
Great gameplay, excellent performances, great level of detail and fidelity.
I'm sure you did what you could, Leon.
It's my first day. And then, like, playing on Leon, you get one perspective, and then when you play as Claire, you get, like, another perspective, right? And a different kind of thing. And they both kind of build off of each other really nicely. Ah, looking sharp with that outfit.
Come here sooner.
You're here now, Leon. That's all that matters.
Okay, Lieutenant. I'm ready.
Hopefully you'll be able to find a way out of this station. That officer you met earlier, Elliot. He thought this secret passageway might do the trick.
This is good news. We can get you to a hospital.
No, I am not.
Lieutenant, I'm not just gonna leave you here.
I'm giving you an order, rookie. You save yourself first.
Sir.
I'd come with you, but I just slow you down. Now,
He just looks so young on the job here. I guess he's the rookie, but
I can't take him.
stop. And don't make my mistake. If you see one of those things, uniform or not, you do not hesitate. You take it out.
this looks so good.
Got it?
I kind of wish I was playing with the ray tracing mode, though. I love the fluidity and all, but, like... I mean, they both look comparable. It's just the extra little ray traced effects are kind of cool and atmospheric in this one. And I doubt we'll get, like, a super big bump up. You know, if they were to do, like, another... What I was gonna segue into, basically, was... I don't think they could really give us a massive bump up if they were wanting to, like, remaster this down the road. It's pretty limiting, you know, in that regard. Like, again, like 4K, like, unless, you know, we get such a technical bump up that, like, 8K is possible on the neck, like the PS6. I don't know. I forgot what this is. Lion... That thing, or is this a different one? This is the lady, right? Oh no, this is the lion. Okay. So we need the lion face, the plant thing, and the bird. I got this. I always forget this puzzle, all these puzzles. Probably could have done that right off the bat. One medallion, and then it's opening up, and then as you continue to do stuff, you get to explore more places, blah blah blah, you know how it goes.
So Elliot was right.
What an odd
Yeah,
hidden thing.
passage isn't open yet.
And we're just gonna create a save. We're gonna back out, and we're gonna turn on the ray tracing mode again, just so you can see the difference. Since we're actually in regular environments now. And it's gotta do the flicker thing, because of the, you know, high frame rate mode, it's gotta turn on and off. And then we progress. And everything even loads fast, too. Like, look how quick that is, where you're getting, like, right back into it. Isn't that incredible? Like, games used to take forever to load. We're making leaps and bounds, let's put it that way. It must have been kind of a little under siege almost for a while, because they really locked this place down fast, eh? No one ever expects their first day to include a bunch of zombies. Do you imagine? Every first day you have, you get to a new place, and there's hordes of the undead. Every time you'd be like, are you kidding me? It's gonna be really interesting if they tackle some of the later Resident Evils as well. You know, like 5 and 6 with like the co-op element of it. Like, you know he's dead. Very spongy. Like, I feel like psychologically this would be a lot to deal with, right? Like, right off the bat, on like your first day, I feel like psychologically this would be a lot. Yeah, I don't have any planks for that. Supposed to grab all the planks, and then you can, block off things in the room too. I remember I was supposed to grab something in that other room. Ah, oh well. I also love how some areas are kind of calm and quiet, and then you like come back and there's like an extra little surprise, and you're like, "Are you serious?" I can't forget my herbs. Because the thing is, your inventory gets filled so fast. At least that should keep some of the zombies out of this area. For later, you know. There's like trophies or whatever for doing certain stuff, but I don't really care. Yeah, as far as like saves. I have to grab things and set up the photo stuff. There's a lot to this. This game is impressively in-depth, let's put it that way. Very, very well done. One of the best horror IPs out there in gaming, and definitely one that's been tended to very well from a game perspective, of course. These lock combos, puzzle things to figure out. Lots of stuff to do, what can I say? I think like 9 hours to do all this stuff. We're supposed to examine this. I don't want to do this right now. You gotta like click the buttons and match them, and there's like a specific combo, and with it you can like get special like item things and stuff. There's a whole lot of like puzzle solving and working through things and figuring stuff out. It's the Racoon City police department place. This building is filled to the brim with surprises and twisted things and stuff. Different keys you get for different places to do different things. Yeah. Anyways, it's a pretty great experience, and now we get a little bit of overhead here with the PlayStation 5 Pro, and I think the results are kind of excellent for this one. I like that they future-proofed this. I think that was a great idea, and we're already seeing the benefits of it, and we're not even in a new generation yet, which I think in itself is kind of amazing. Kind of want to use that board to block up a thing. Oh well. I mean, it's not like anything bad's gonna pop up, right? We're totally gonna be okay. Ah, nice.